Welcome everybody to a special bath Lajja ke Saath. This is me, Vandana Joshi, your hostess as always. And before I start off with our guests, let me talk to you a little bit about Lajja. Lajja is a forum for women which gives women a non-judgmental space to be themselves. This is a place where you can come in despite your age, your educational background, your economic status. You can come here, you can share your skills and your talents, you can learn from other women, you can teach other women. Like I say, you can be inspired and go on to inspire others. Now, Lajja also is a forum where we have a lot of mothers. And one of the things that we mothers always worry about is whether we're bringing up our children right, whether making them psychologically strong, whether we're giving them the right values, whether we're teaching them what is needed. But what most important in this current day and age is if your child is emotionally strong, if he has the ability to face any challenge that is thrown at him and then come through a winner. Because mental balance, emotional intelligence, emotional strength, and resilience are very, very important. So, joining me today are two very special guests, and they're special because they are young and also they are children who have achieved so much in life already. So, let me not waste any further time and let me introduce these two young boys. Hi, Ved and Vyom.
Hi.
Okay, so let me introduce these two smiling boys to you. Ved and Vyom are 13-year-old twins who lead by example when it comes to using technology to create and not just to consume. They host a talk show by the name Star Kid Show, where they chat with kids who are achievers or have made a difference to someone else's life. The show is famous as a chat show by the kids, of the kids, but for parents. And that is exactly why I have these two here because I want to look at parenting from a child's eye. I want to try and figure out where we are going wrong, where we could improve ourselves. They both also have their own YouTube channels where Ved talks about inspiring life skills and book summaries, and Vyom talks about technology and gadgets. Meet these two amazing kids who are toppers and still strong believers of the quote that marks don't matter, efforts do. So, welcome, Ved, and welcome, Vyom.
Hi.
And I will tell you a little bit more. There's something else special about them, which I will tell you at the end of the show, because right now I want them to be my stars and I want them to shine. So let's not waste any further time and jump right into the first question that I had in mind. What do you understand by emotional strength?
So, emotional strength, according to me, is the way you react to a situation and how strong you are while dealing with it. So, it's not like it should be dealt when you are in your upper mind. So, like it should not be in overconfidence. You should not be in overconfidence, not even underconfidence.
Okay, awesome. Where do you want to add to it?
Yeah, emotional strength for me is learning on how to control our emotions effectively. I believe the one who has full control over his or her emotions has mastered their life. I would like to cite the example of Gautam Buddha here. He had mastered his emotions and so attained enlightenment and achieved peace of mind. Emotional strength, in scientific terms, is also emotional quotient. And I believe that emotional quotient is much more important than IQ, that is intelligent quotient, because it gives us a control over our mindsets. And if we learn how to control our mind, we can even conquer the world. And emotional strength is nothing like being emotionalness, because emotionalness is that having no emotion, and that doesn't mean that you are emotionally strong. Yeah, it is knowing when to express emotions and knowing when to not express and control your emotions. And the emotional strength can be gained over a particular time. It cannot be gained in very less time. You have to learn how to react and learn about emotional and learn how to speak.
Lovely, lovely. So, so you're saying that whenever if you're faced with an emotionally challenging situation, you need to take a deep breath, count till 10 if possible, not be very overconfident, and say, let's throw an example at you. If somebody is bullying you, so the idea is not to hit back at the bully at that time or go away from the situation, but maybe think about it and then address the situation. Correct?
Yeah, just to be calm and understanding how to be a master of your emotions. Not running away from the situation.
Lovely. So tell me, as teenagers, you're 13, you're just stepping into your teenage. How important is it to be emotionally strong as children? How important is it?
So emotionally, being emotionally strong helps you a lot. As uh, when you are emotionally strong, you should be in your right minds, and you should think about, because if you are in right in your right mind, you it's peaceful, and the decision you take will be right, and you will choose the right path and not go on the go on to the wrong path.
Okay.
I
So I'm
feel
going to, yes, yes, wait, go on. Please tell me.
So I feel it is very important for kids in our generation to be emotionally strong, as we are becoming impulsive through extreme exposure to technology. Like if you want to find the answer to a question, we can just Google it. But in olden times, we had to search for it in books. So we are losing that patience and that calmness that we need to have before. Because of this, it leads to arguments with our parents also, because we show our anger. We don't know, again, it comes back to controlling the emotions in the right way.
Lovely. And Ved, I think you are the one who reads a lot, and which is why you keep quoting books and you keep quoting, things from the book. So, but I'm very happy with that because I believe personally I'm a bookworm and I love reading, and I think it is very important for children to be able to read because the kind of knowledge that you get when you're actually reading, it's like a discovery phase. You keep reading and you don't know what amazing thing pops up from somewhere, whereas if you're doing research online, you're getting very specific answers to the question that you have put. So yes, I think books are also amazing, and it is so true that being able to understand your emotions is so important. Now both of you, your mother has a name for herself. She everybody knows her. Your dad too is well known. So how have these two helped you become emotionally strong? We also have Mrunmay joining in and saying hi, champs. So hi, Mrunmay.
Hi. I'm in my auntie.
Yes, so tell me, children, how have your parents helped you become emotionally strong?
So our parents help us. They teach us that we should never give up. They tell us that you should choose the right path, and they help us choose the right path. So when you are emotionally strong, you can think patiently, and your mind is clear. So when you do that, the things you do are more effective.
Very true. Very true. Patience is a big virtue, and I think that is something that now, as parents, we lack it, and I don't think our children also have that much of patience. So yes, yes, Ved, go on. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, so I would like to mention that, like in the start, you mentioned that for us, marks are not important and efforts are much more important. Here, I would like to mention to all the parents that please don't think that exams scoring marks are important, but efforts are important. Because if the person puts his or her 100%, then why are you worrying? It's the best thing. And exam should not be a burden on the student. It is just a simply just a way of testing yourselves on a subject, I believe. And our parents, even like when we are feeling low, when we are sad, like we got less, we failed a competition. So when we are sad, they cheer us up and they tell it's okay, and they teach us that the results don't matter. The hard work you have put in the. Yeah. And I would like to mention one more thing. Our parents always encourage us to be hardworking and honest at the same time. Because through cheating, if you score good marks, then it's of no use.
Absolutely. But I will slightly deviate from the questions that I had, discussed with you. Now, you have said that your hard work is what matters, and your at the end of the day, marks don't matter. But you children yourself are in a very competitive world. It's a competitive system. You're 13, so you're probably in grade. You're in which grade right now?
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade. So 10th grade is going to be your decisive year, is going to be the year which is going to challenge you and probably also tell you which direction you can take. So in such a situation, marks do matter, don't they? Or will you study based on the amount of marks you want, or will you study because you have to study everything? How will that work?
So marks really matter, but not for it should not matter for your our parents and us. The school decides, and our career is set upon our marks. It should not be that way because many rich people and rich and famous people are dropouts. Most of them are dropouts.
Yes,
So
that's true.
I would also like to say that uh, exams we write, it's correct that the students don't get good marks, then they don't get a good career. But I believe that everyone has something in their heart that they want to do. Like if a kid is not good in studies, he might like photography, so he can pursue that because he believes that he's good at it. So everyone is good at different things. So I believe that
Absolutely true. Absolutely. I'll give you my example. I have always wanted to do, take up a career in writing. And when I was growing up, you had to get, 80 and above to get into the sciences. And I made up my mind right then and there. I'm not going to score 80. I'm going to score one of the lowest grades possible because then my parents wouldn't put me for sciences and I could take up arts, which I wanted to do. And then go on to do English literature and make a career for myself in writing. So that was like a strategic move that I did. And I remember when my results came out, I'm of course not going to tell you how much I scored, but when my results came out, I remember my friends and my teachers were shocked. They were like, how could you score so less? This is not what you're way below your potential. And I had to, it was so difficult to make them understand that I'm scoring only this much because I know what my focus is. I know where these marks are going to take me. So yes, like you said, Wade, everybody has some skill, some passion, some talent in them. And if your grades are high or low, if you're able to pursue your passion, nothing like it. I think a person who follows a passion is much more happier than somebody who's following the
yeah,
rut and doing a regular.
like
Yes, yes, Wade,
regular
please
job.
go on.
So like you mentioned sciences. So like the person who wants to go in science, he should do very much hard work so that he can come in that. But you actually wanted to pursue a career in art. So that is again follow your calling. I basically want to repeat that one.
Lovely, lovely.
So
So
what
yes, you go on.
whatever you pursue should not be like others' dream. It should be your dream, what you want to become. So when you grow up and you do a job, the job should not be just a 9 to 5 job for you. It should be what you like, what you wanted to do and what you dreamt to be. Yeah, and what gets you excited to wake up from the bed and go to work.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what's important. Every morning you should get a feeling, yes, I want to go for work. And every night you should go to bed thinking, wow, I've done something amazing. We have a couple of people joining us. We have Lajja, I think that's Riddhi, who's saying superb. We have Ritvika, who's saying awesome. We have Supriya, who says wonderful. We have Sonal Pagar, who's saying hi, Ved and Vyom. So I think there's somebody who
Uh,
knows you. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. You do interact with not just your friends, but also with other kids through your talk shows. So, how are you so confident at such a young age, and what has been the contributing factor to this confidence of yours?
So when I'm doing the Star Kid show and when I'm going on live, sometimes I stay focused. And if I make some mistake, every live I try to make that mistake better and get better and better when every live passes. So like my mom, she has live at least one live every day. So when she's having her lives, I learn from her and I learn from her. And my dad, who teaches, who's a trainer, and he tells us and he gives us the speech and he uh,
Yes. You're spot on. Watching
Yes.
your watching your mother do her lives, you're learning from her. It's like a practical hands-on session that you're having, and also watching your dad. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
yes, we'll add to that, please.
Yes, that also boosts up our energy.
Lovely,
Uh,
lovely.
for me, the confidence pillar is believing in the magic of believing. So, if you
Wow.
know that my mom is also a manifestation coach, so I look forward to her that she always says that if you can believe it, you can achieve it. So that is what
Absolutely.
gives me unshakable confidence and a mountain of energy.
Lovely. That is so amazing. I've heard these words like manifestation and mountain of energy. I've heard it from adults, and to hear it from two young teens is so amazing. Like I've told you before, it makes me proud to hear children like you talk about things like this. We have other viewers who are telling us, it's so good to know such amazing clarity in children. You both are, Sonal Pagar is saying you both are doing great job, kids. We have Mrunmai who's calling a couple of people. I think she's asking others to join in. So yes, so let's move on to our next question.
Can
Now
I
this
add
is a
something, Nandini?
yes, please add, please add.
So here again, I would like to add a quote by Theodore Roosevelt that is, when you believe you are halfway there. Again, conveying the same.
Lovely. When you believe you're halfway there, absolutely.
And you
Um,
should try
yes,
and
go
try
on.
if you don't succeed. Yeah. You should learn
Yes.
from your mistakes.
Yes, which is something I'll add to that quote that you said. The first time you do it is a mistake. The second time is it's not a mistake. It's something that you've done. You've not learned from your previous mistake. I don't. I know that that quote is really very nice. I'm forgetting the words, but yes, it is so true that learn from your mistakes, improve yourselves. Try not to do the same things again. Try to do it differently, and do a better job of it. So amazing. Now, the next question that I'm going to ask you is something that I want you to be real. I want you to take all the time that you want, because this is a question which is going to impact 1,000 kids your age, younger than you, older than you, because this is a question that's addressed to the parents. So, if you had to give parents advice on parenting and the kind of parenting that kids need, what would it be?
So, whenever your child is feeling down, like I previously mentioned, you should cheer them up like our parents do. You should boost your child's self-esteem, and so they don't feel bad and left alone. Yeah, so like here I would also like to mention the marks thing, but it has been already touched upon, so I would like to mention one more thing. So like you said, if we make a mistake, instead of scolding the child, we should have a discussion with them and then think about what mistake we did and how we could improve upon it instead of
True.
scolding the child. And not find bad things in a child. Try to find the good things that they have good in them. If they score bad marks in science, they'll be receiving something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the problem lies in the fact that we parents are attuned to a certain way of thinking, that if you have to score well in all your subjects, without realizing that the child is probably not an all rounder, but the child has something amazing about himself. There is some talent that the child has, and we should be encouraging that talent instead of focusing on what he's not good at. So I think that is something that my current generation of parents needs to learn. And if a parent comes to you with a question like देखो ये पढ़ता ही नहीं है, कितने गंदे मार्क्स आए, इसका क्या करें, what would you tell them?
I would say that let your child be what he or she wants to be. Don't force them in study. Yeah, I
Okay.
would like to say the same thing. If he has the passion in something else, but if he does not have and he is just sitting idle, doing nothing and not studying, then it's wrong. He See, some kids have some like problem. If they don't feel that you get the interest in it, then they don't enjoy. See, if you tell a kid to make a app just by making a app, or before that you tell him or her that you can create amazing games that millions of people will play. Obviously, the kid who hears the second thing will be more likely to create an app instead of the first one. So optimistic, yeah. Try to develop fun ways in teaching them how to study, and then automatically they'll keep studying.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. So if you had to sit with that kind of a child who has, not scored well, who probably feels that he's a disappointment to his parents, if you as a friend had to sit with him and talk to him, what would you tell him?
I would tell him that I'll first ask him that have you put your have you put the full capabilities you have in studying that subject, and if the answer is yes, then I would tell him that then maybe you don't have interest in the subject, and if the answer is no, then I would tell him or her that you should first focus on that for particular topic and put everything you have.
Lovely. Wait, what would you talk to?
So first of all, I believe that the kid has got very low self-esteem because he does not believe in himself. So I would like to give him the example of Jack Ma, who is the richest person in China. But before he failed school, he failed college, and he was rejected 43 times from job and also from KFC. So have you failed that many times? I would tell that boy. And obviously
Ah,
no, because he will understand.
lovely. Okay, let me read out some of these messages which are coming for your way. There is Meera Gupte who saying she's very proud of you, and we have Ritvika who says, of course, your parents are inspiring, and that you have an institution at home itself. I agree to that. Having known Neha, I know that the kids are in good hands. Um there is Sonal Pagar who says you both are doing great. I read that out to you already. Then we have Simran who says hi. We have Priyanka who says she agrees with this. We have Swati saying hi. Then we have Sonal who says yes, you need to boost the kids. Swati says you both look handsome and she liked your t-shirts. So,
Thank you.
thank you, Swati. Yes, I agree. They're both looking very smart. There's Preeti who says, yes, we need to look from the kids' point of view and listen to what they want to be in life and respect and value them as individuals. Very true. Great. Mittal Mehta says, great work, guys. Simran says, you both are rock stars. Um, Preeti says, good example put in by Ved and Vyom. Very, 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 very interesting. And, see, the fact that there are so many people who are logging in, listening to us, and I can see that you have left quite a mark on everybody who's watching us, and it is so amazing. Uh, if now you spoke about how parents can make learning interesting for children. So if you could share some examples of how your parents have done it for you, and what is it that keeps you, keeps pushing you to keep doing new things, and what inspired you to start your show, your kids talk show? What inspired you to do that?
So first of all, we don't feel that studies are bad. We feel that while doing studies we feel it's fun because we like studies, and we
Wow,
have even in so the parents also should be a good role model themselves. So if
absolutely.
they are not a good role model, then the kids firstly learn from their parents and then from other people. So first of all, you should set a good goal and be a good role model.
Yes, because children learn from watching you than from the books. Oh, I yes, they are back at the stream. Yes, I think there was a network problem. No issues. Continue with Vyom. Vyom, you were saying something.
So you should make give time to your children, and when you have given that time, you should communicate with them and learn that what type of parenting style do they like, what what can be bettered in your the parents, and the kids also should learn that what is wrong with the child and what is wrong with the parents, and they should learn from their mistakes and learn that what they could better.
So communication is important.
Communication, yes, yeah.
And open communication. Yes. Wade, do you want to add to this?
Yeah, I actually completely agree with you because what you show See, what you tell, that has no impact, but what you actually show, that has more impact. Because if you show a child that, for example, let's take a example of hygiene. So mannerism. So when our parents go to a house, so we see them that do they remove their shoes and keep it in the desk where it has to be kept, then we would follow them. But if a kid with another parent would roam with the shoes on their legs, then obviously the kid would also grow up to be like their mother or father.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think here what we need to really emphasize is that parents need to first introspect, look into themselves and look into what they are doing wrong to be able to then go on and correct their child, because the child, like you said, the child is watching, the child is only imitating what the parents are doing, is mirroring what the parent is doing. So if the parent has this kind of a positive attitude towards life and has this confidence that we are talking about, has this emotional ability to stay strong, face challenges, the child will automatically learn to do that. I guess that is why we used in the olden days a kshatriya's child would end up being a kshatriya because he's watching his parents with that kind of an energy and that kind of a warrior spirit. So amazing. I'm loving this fact that you kids are teaching us this when we parents should be doing it. So
Yeah.
yes, yes, go on, you please continue.
So that's what I believe exactly true. That Kshatriya becomes a Kshatriya. That's why there are monopolies of the richest people. Like Dhirubhai Ambani was the richest, and now Mukesh Ambani has taken his place because they see their parents and how they earn money. That's why very less new people become rich because they inherit and they know the secrets on how to become successful. That's why they
Absolutely.
get it.
They've seen their father doing this. They've seen the kind of strategies he's using to, build up his business. So the
Yeah.
child is automatically learning
And,
from there. So tell,
yeah.
yes, Vyom, you were going to say
And
something?
parents should not scream on the children for small things. Like if the one dish is broken, then you should not scream on them. It's okay. It's just a dish. Not for
I
unnecessary things. Unnecessary things.
Yes, I must confess that I'm just learning that trick now because initially I used to fly off my handle if a dish broke, and now I have learned to take a deep breath and calm myself before I react. So absolutely true. Now tell me what inspired you to start off this talk show that you were doing, and what is your aim with the talk show? Why have you started it?
So now, right now, it's a lockdown time. So we started the lock in the lockdown, right? We started the show in the lockdown. So we wanted to show other children that how they could develop skills like other children have, like a world record holder. They could understand that how it is to that it's that they get inspired and motivated that it's they and even they break a world record one day.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the inspiration is there, and you basically want to bridge the gap and show children that everybody is capable of doing something if you set your heart to it. Correct? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. This has been a
Yeah,
lovely
that's
conversation.
also
Yes,
here
yes.
that our message is by the kids of the kids, but for the parents. We have think upon this a lot because we want to. We are targeting parents to watch this show. Our main motive is that we tell parents to be supportive in their child's dreams so that they can become successful. Because most of the people who come on our show, their parents are really supportive. They always say
Yes.
that.
Yes, lovely. The way your parents have been very supportive and have been encouraging you. Lovely. So, parents, all of you who are watching this, I think this is where we need to, take a step back, look at what our children are capable of, and encourage them. Yes, let them learn new things. Let them fail if they have to. Let them fall, but you have to be by their side to help them stand up and start walking again. Like when a toddler starts walking, when it falls down, you don't say that ye kabhi chalne nahi wala hai. You're going to help the child stand up and start walking again. Lovely. So this has been a lovely conversation, and last I want to ask you something. If you had to tell, what is the one thing you would like to tell your friends, and what is it that you want to share about what makes you different from your friends.
The one thing I would like to tell all my friends that don't be scared of failure. That's the biggest thing. And when you fail, so failure is not bad. When you fail, they are stepping stones. So when you fail, you have to bounce back and and reach your highest potential. That's what I would like.
Lovely.
And keep inspiring everyone.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
Vyom.
what makes us unique is that we have our own YouTube channel and we so I talk about technology and he talks about motivation and inspiration. So we people could start their own YouTube channels, try to not only consume technology and also create new things with technology.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, Ved, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, here I would like to add that many kids, so like what we have talked about, many kids, some kids don't even have a passion, what they want to do. They don't know. So for them, I would like to tell them that keep trying different things, and finally you will find your passion and follow that.
Absolutely. Find your passion, put your energies into that. Yes, Vyom.
And so two things that are more unique, like we don't play any games. So and even that lastly that we the everybody would know this that how we are unique, that we are twins. So 30 out of 1,000 people are twins. So that's unique.
That's absolutely unique. Yes. Lovely, lovely. This has been a wonderful conversation. I was initially slightly skeptical about what I would talk to children about, and at the end of this conversation, I know that you guys have taught me so much, and I will try to be a better parent. I will try to, use what you have taught me about being more accepting. I think accepting is a big thing that you have put across. Have open communication, and for all of you who are watching us, like I told you, there is something very special about them. The fact that they are twins, of course, makes them special, but also the fact that they are both children of Neha Kare Kanabar. Everybody knows Neha, and I think Neha and her hubby have done a wonderful job bringing these two young men up to be so inspiring, so enterprising, and not afraid of failure at all. Thank you so much, children. Is there anything that you want to leave our audience with, something that they can think about before we end this, talk?
So I would like to tell all the parents again to keep supporting. And one more thing, here I would like to mention again for the kids who don't have a passion, there is a term known as ikigai. So what the world pays you for, what you love, and there's one more criteria that has to be fulfilled. So that is the perfect thing, and that you have to go for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Vyom?
And children sh- should not be emotional less. As I previously mentioned, they should be emotionally strong. So it takes a lot of courage and a lot of effort to become emotionally strong and accept your children as they are.
I would like to mention one more thing about this show. This show is amazing, and it's a pleasure to be
Uh,
here. And
Thank you so
Lovely.
much.
one
Thank you.
and I would like to also tell that you are actually a very good host, and you make the audience feel very comfortable, and us also feel very
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. This is a big compliment that has come my way. Thank you so much, children. So, parents, all of you who are watching us, this is the kind of amazing children we have if we encourage them, if we support them. And I hope that we have learned something from our children today. Thank you so much, Ved. Thank you so much, Vyom. Vyom, you want to say something?
It
Yes.
was wonderful talking to you. And we first I was scared, that I was skeptical that how will it go? How will it go? And now it's now it's much better. Now I feel like it was like talking to a friend.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I will make it a point to meet up with you too whenever I can. But this has been amazing. All the best to both of you. And yes, ninth is I don't know when the schools will reopen, but I can kind of visualize the kind of greatness that you two are going to achieve. So all the best to both of you. Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of the show. Thanks to everybody who's been watching us. We have Neetu who's saying you both are amazing. Sony who says best wishes. Neetu again who's calling you young champs. We have Ritvika who says Ved and Vyom are smart kids. Preeti he says, yes, you put it up very well, Ved and Vyom. So thank you so much. Thank you to Neha for allowing me this opportunity of talking to her children. Thank you so much. All the best. Take care and have a lovely evening. The rest of the evening.
Yeah.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot.
Thanks for having us. And thanks
Thanks a
to
lot.
Thank.
everyone for such good comments.
Yes.
See you.
Bye bye.
Stay
Take
safe.
care.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.